Look, as I referred to at the top of the show, the White House has responded after 20,000 new Jeffrey Epstein emails and documents were released with direct references to Donald Trump. Now, Congress in the US is pushing forward on a vote to force the justice system to release all its files related to Epstein, but the measure still faces an uphill battle. Kelly, the president has always denied any wrongdoing in regards to Epstein, but it seems like this is a story that just won't go away.
It really does. Just when you think maybe it'll have gone away, it rears its ugly head again. And of course, I was talking to a friend last night, and he said, "Well, I guess the big news of the day was, the Donald Trump stuff and the Epstein emails." And I said, "But they turned out to be nothing. What are you talking about?" And he just saw the headlines everywhere. He hadn't actually, spent the time reading the story. And then when you dig deeper, when you actually read those emails, there was there was nothing salacious really about Donald Trump. We certainly found out some stuff about some other people, including the man formerly known as Prince Andrew. But honestly, if there was something really juicy about Trump, that would have gotten out a long time ago. But the Democrats are using this now as a political weapon, which is funny because it had been the Republicans for a while, and now the Democrats are using it. I just, release the files. Take some care for the victims, release the files so we can all move on. End the conspiracy theorist reign on this one.
Well, it's interesting. You talked about those emails, and I spoke at the top of the show about how it seemed really cynical of the Democrats to release that particular email where Trump was referenced, but redact the name of the victim, which was Virginia Giuffre, of course, who has repeatedly denied that Trump had been anything but nice and good to her. So what did you make of the decision from the Democrats to release the emails like that in such a way as to, I guess, perpetuate this hoax?
It really shows, Caroline, just how dirty Democrats are willing to play. And of course, it's not like they also could say, well, we had to redact her name. We didn't want her to be known. I mean, she's written a book, and she, of course, ended her own life this year. So there was absolutely no reason. And of course, they must have known that it would come out who she was and how dirty the trick they played. But what do they care? They got the headlines they wanted. How more people saw those headlines than read the ones explaining that actually what the Democrats said was in there was really nothing. So they, their media enablers were happy to do the job for the Democrats. And it really just shows you how dirty they play in Washington these days. It's gone beyond parody. And, again, the government's been shut down. They've been really doing nothing. And then to come out with this, while the American people really have a lot bigger things that they would like the representatives in Washington to be worried about.
Yeah, it's been a particularly bad week for the Democrats, I'd say. Kelly Jane Torrance, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.